This is Mike Tyson. You listen to the XY show, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be ecstatic.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show. With your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah, sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. How you doing? Welcome to another segment of the X and Y show. I'm your host, Roosevelt. Been a long week. It was very hard to get this episode out this week. Shit. But I said, I have to do it. I have to get it out. But it's been a rough week, folks. I think it's about time for me to get another break. I took one early this year, right up to the holidays. And I think it's about time for another little break. I mean, shit, you got to take a break sometimes. Even the Tonight Show, Colbert, and the other fella. And, they take breaks sometimes. Kimball. They take breaks sometimes. And, sometimes I got to take a little break just to get back on it. So I might take a little break next month, maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a week. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, welcome to another week of the show. Got a good episode for you tonight. This is for the Ys. Well, X is two. X is two because it affects both the X and Y. Well, all my shit is X and Y, but sometimes it's toward a little bit toward the X's. Sometimes it's a little bit toward the Y's. Tonight, it's a little bit toward the Y's. So, I'm only going to read one letter tonight because I want to get started on this. It's from Carol. Carol says, I've been dating the same man for 10 years. Oh, shit. Carol, y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen to me. I put my card on Jeopardy, and y'all don't listen. You're giving away all your free milk, getting fucked. Anyway, Carol says, I've been dating the same man for 10 years. I don't think he's going to marry me. No shit. What the fuck he gonna marry? See, y'all don't listen. Okay. I don't think he's gonna marry me. I am now 43 years old. What shall I do? You done fucked him for 10 years and done laid him nut all in you and sucked his dick and fucked you all in the ass and all this shit for 10 years. Now you want to know what you can do. I don't know, Carol. You done fucked up because I'm going to tell you this. This is why you fucked up. You've been dating for 10 years. So you dated him when you were in your early 30s. You still was, in your prime sexually. Shit. And, you gave this man 10 years of your life. I don't know why you women keep falling for this shit. I don't know why you keep falling for the okie doke. It is so easy. Look, it depends. Now, if you just want to get fucked, then this is not a problem. But Carol, it sounds like you want to get married. You just don't want to get fucked. So it's too late. I can't help you. And if I wish I could have caught you 2 years in, I would have told you to drop that motherfucker. Because, after 2 years, if he don't start doing things to suggest that he wants to get married, talk about marriage and, talking long-term stuff with you, then you should get rid of that motherfucker. Because he's not going to marry you. And then he's getting free milk. He's getting all that free ass, good pussy. Why should he marry you? So now you want this man, after 10 years of getting all the pussy, and you want him to say, will you marry me? It's not. It could happen. It still could happen. But it's very unlikely. So, now you're 43. You're past your... I ain't gonna say you passed your, well, yeah, you passed your sexually prime. You probably still a good fuck, but you passed your sexual prime. But I mean, you still probably got some good pussy. But I don't know if you went through the change yet. The clock is ticking. Now you're 43. If you have a baby, you're a lot older. It's all kind of shit coming to play now. And let's face it, you probably don't look as good as you did when you was 33. I'm just being honest. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I would bet on you don't. You're 10 years older. So, it's only a few things you can do. You can either drop him now and start over, or you can just ride it out and see if he comes around. That's the only thing you can do. Nothing else you can do. Your options are very limited at this point. You should have got to me about 8 years ago. And I could have saved you from falling for the okie doke. But now all I can do is pray for you. All right. Let's start. Y'all crazy. Let's start on this week's episode. This week's episode, Erectile Dysfunction. Erectile Dysfunction. I don't know why it took me so long to talk about this, but I really tried to get some doctors in, but, I only asked a few. And to be honest with you, I don't like interviewing motherfuckers because really I don't think I'm a good interviewer. I can talk shit. But interviewing someone, that's an art. Shit, I mean, everybody can't do that. I admit I can't really do that, in my opinion. But, I still try to get some doctors on just to get a professional point of view. But none of them would agree. So, they're all full of shit. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. And then it's time. Oh, I'm sorry. Something. Fuck you. Anyway, so I decided I'll talk about it because I had experience. Don't get me wrong, my dick work. But erectile dysfunction is something that a lot of households are going through now. For different reasons, and I think that, that's why communication is so important in a relationship, in a marriage. You have to be able to communicate with your partner to let them know, that you're having a problem and that, hopefully your partner is supportive and we're going to handle this together, your wife. I'll tell you a little story about me. One time when I was living in Atlanta, This is years ago. And I had this chick over, and I was drinking Jack. It was right. Wait a minute. It was the day after Christmas one year. Yeah. It was the day after Christmas, and so I had all this liquor, so I was finishing off. I was on vacation, so I only had one drink, but then she said she wanted to come over, right? And she kept saying, we're not going to fuck. And me, any guy, yeah, right. So she get over there, after a while, I make my move and da-da-da-da. And, after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, I say, damn, she ain't going to fuck. She ain't going to give me no pussy. So I started drinking a lot. I was just drinking. It was the holidays, and I was just having a good time. And then, when I'm fucked up, you know what happened. Can you guess what happened? When I'm fucked up, now she wants to fuck. Right? And that's no problem. That's no problem. We can, okay. It would have been better if you'd have caught me about 7 drinks ago. And my drinks are drinks. It ain't just a shot. So, I was fucked up. I wasn't drunk, but I was feeling very good. So anyway, now she want to fuck. So we started kissing and da-da-da. So she was fine, Didn't have that much hair in her pussy. I remember that. She had a little triangle, but, it was okay. She had big ass titties, and, she ain't had no Tic Tacs. And, we was getting ready to do the thing, and I was trying to get my dick hard and usually by this time my dick is poking through the damn ceiling, but I look down, it's like a damn, wow, man, it was soft like cotton. And I was like, what the fuck going on? Because she was fine. It wasn't her. And I was like, what the hell's wrong with my dick? And then, she was like, are you ready? I'm trying to get my dick hard and put the rubber on and, wear that ass out. And she kept looking back. I said, no, don't look back. It ruined things. I ain't want to look back and see my dick was soft. But I finally got my dick mediocre hard, but it would never get hard. It wouldn't get hard. And she finally realized what the fuck was going on, and she was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I couldn't say shit. And, she said, well, okay, and, of course the night was fucked up after that. So she went home, and then she called me when she got home. She's like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I couldn't say shit. What could I say? So now I'm thinking my dick don't work. And I'm still young, but I was younger. I was like early 30s. So I was like, wait a minute now. Shit. All kind of shit was going through my mind. And that shit was bothering me. And that's some shit you can't talk to anyone about. I didn't have a primary doctor at that time. So, I had this friend who was a nurse, a dude. And, I had to ask him some questions, and then he started looking at me funny. He said, man, what's wrong with you? So I had to come out. I had to come clean. I said, look, man, I had this episode the other night, and he said, nah, man, it happens to the best of us, I said, yeah, that don't happen to me. Ever, So he asked me what was going on, what led up to it, and that's important when you tell the doctor. And I told him what went on that night, and he said, wait, you were drinking? I said, yeah, I was drinking a little bit, but that never stopped me before. He said, yeah, but what were you drinking? I said, I was drinking whiskey and pretty much straight whiskey. I mean, splash of Coke just to change the color. He said, how many you had? I said, maybe probably only about 11, 12, I don't know. 11 or 12? He said, that's why you couldn't get your dick up, man. I said, what? That? He said, yeah, that. He said, man, you drink 12, 13 drinks, big drinks, not no shots, big drinks. He said, yeah, your dick not going to work, bro. And I was like, oh, well, shit, because I was thinking, like, I got to go to the doctor and get diagnosed, and I was thinking about getting a prescription of Viagra. I mean, all kind of shit was going through my head. And he told me, nah, man, it was the alcohol. So I was hoping he was right, but I still wasn't fully convinced. So she came over the next night. I wasn't drinking shit, just drinking cranberry juice and a little eggnog. And, she wouldn't come on with that bullshit, and we're not fucking. So that night she's ready to fuck. So she got naked, and, man, I took down my drawers, and I looked down. I was ready to go. I was ready. I was ready. And I wore her ass out. I wore her ass out for making me going through all this bullshit the night before, thinking my dick was broke. I tore that ass up. But my point is, a lot of times, with erectile dysfunction, you have to get diagnosed. You have to go to see from a professional what is wrong. It could be a fixable problem. Mine was easy. I was drinking, getting fucked up, and then trying to get some pussy. So, I drink too much. That was an easy problem. Some guys' problem is not that easy. So the key is, if you do have a broken dick, your dick not getting hard, and your wife looking at you crazy, hopefully she's not. If she's a good wife, she's not looking at you crazy. She's looking at you. She should be, what's wrong, honey? And you tackle the problem together. But so many times, women think if your dick not getting hard, then it's something about them that you're not attracted to. Well, you don't like me? You think I'm fat? You think I'm unattractive? No, it ain't got nothing to do with it. Although that might be some of the problem, I'm just being real. That could be some of the problem that, find you attractive. But a lot of times, especially if you're married, that's not the problem. That's the problem when you just fucking somebody on the side or one night stand or something like that, and you're not attracted to them, so your dick don't get hard. But if you marry somebody, not trying to, you supposedly love them, that's not the problem. There's another problem. So ladies, don't sweat. If your man dick not getting hard, don't get mad. Don't get angry with him. Find the root to the problem and address it. It's not you necessarily. So guys, you have to get diagnosed from a professional. You have to get a physical exam where they go in and, they actually look at your dick and look at your nuts and see if everything okay, your nerves is working right, and the blood flow. They do blood tests, checking for signs for heart disease and diabetes. Diabetes really fucks up dicks. Low testosterone levels. So they do all the blood tests that can determine that as well. That could affect your dick function. They also can do urinalysis. That also look for signs like diabetes and other health issues that you might be having. And they can also do an ultrasound, where they look at your dick under a fancy mechanism that they have, and they're making sure that the blood in your dick is flowing correctly. And believe it or not, they can do a psychological exam, because it could be mental. It could be not physical at all. It could be mental. Depression. Depression is a very direct cause of erectile dysfunction. So if you're feeling depressed, that could be why your dick not working. So you have to get diagnosed. You have to get a physical exam, depending on your doctor, what he think it is or she think it is. And, they'll determine, they'll go through it until they find what the issue is. So, the physical exam, the blood test, urinalysis, ultrasound, and psychological exam. Now I'm going to tell you something. If I ever think I have a problem with my dick again, I'm going to go to a female urologist. And guys, I don't like female doctors, poking around my dick. But I figure like this. I probably tell the female doctor, don't wear gloves, because I'm allergic to latex. And if she put her hands on my nuts and my dick and I don't get hard, then I know I'm in trouble. But if she put her hands on my dick and my nuts and I get hard, then this is the problem to solve. False alarm. So that's me. So you do what you want to do, but you have to get diagnosed. Now, if you get diagnosed and they find out you do have erectile dysfunction, there are medications or treatments that you can do to help with this problem. Now, everyone knows about the oral medications, the Viagra, the Cialis, the Staxin. Basically you pop a pill, and all of those pills enhance the nitric oxide. I don't know how I know all this shit. I know some of you said, "Good motherfucker, you got a pill." That's what. Nah, I don't have it. I paid attention in class, motherfuckers. But it enhances the nitric oxide in your bodies. That's the natural chemicals that relaxes the muscles in your dick. That's all that shit do. And but you still got to have someone stimulate your dick. You just can't take a pill and it comes to attention. You still have to have somebody work for you. Your partner, your wife, you still have to have somebody. So, that's one treatment you can do. The oral medications, which everybody prefer the Viagra and pills and shit, because that's the easier way to address the issue. Another treatment, what do you call that? It's called a Afro something. Basically, is where the doctor shows you how to inject yourself with a needle, and a needle in the lower part of your dick, like the muscle part. And once you inject yourself, they'll teach you how to inject your dick on your own, so you can do it at your house. I think it has medicines that are called, I remember, was it, what was it? I used to call it BNT, Bimex or Trimex. So that's what you inject in your dick. And that helps, it should help you get an erection. But that's a lot to go through for a hard dick. But, supposedly it doesn't hurt. It's a very fine needle. So that's one way to treat it, though. Some guys don't want to pop pills. They do the shot. But I don't know if I would be willing to do that. Even though if it might not hurt that much, you still sticking a needle in your dick. But that is one treatment. And that's a second treatment, the pills and the injection. And there's also another one where they put I can't think of it. It's basically they put a implant in your dick, in your urethra, and it's like an applicator, and basically putting a suppository inside your dick. So when it's activated, your dick get hard. That shit hurt. I heard people that use that one, and your penis bleeds a little bit maybe from using that, because you're putting a suppository in your dick, and it lasts about an hour or so. So you notice that these treatments are very painful. So that's why if I did have that problem, I think I would definitely be oral medications on the pill. Shit, I'm not sticking none in my dick. Testosterone replacement. If you diagnosed and you find to have a low testosterone level, then you can have testosterone replacement. That is another treatment for, your erectile dysfunction. Penis pumps. Basically, you put your dick in a pump and you pump it up, and then once you get it pumped up to a certain level, you would put a dick ring around it to maintain the erection. So that is that might be a method that I'll be interested in. It's easy, so, and it's probably the cheapest. Well, besides the pills. But anyway, that's another treatment. And another treatment is a penile implant. That is when, actually, that's the one I was talking about, when they put a mechanism on your dick. And I think they use some type of, I can't remember the process, but they basically put something around your dick, and but that's surgery, because they have to implant it. So that shit is probably expensive, and it probably hurts. But penile implants, that's another way to cure or help erectile dysfunction. Now, another more natural way is exercise. It's been found that people with some activity through exercise, that also helps out with erectile dysfunction, and also psychological counseling. If you're depressed, then by you getting counseling, that should help. You get the counseling, that should help the problem of depression. That helps the problem of depression, then that helps the problem of ED. Now, there are also some other alternative medicines, from herbs and, natural medicines that are on the market and stuff, that people swear by. Teach his own. If you want to try them out, give it a try. I know for a fact that Irish moss and Guinness, a lot of you island folks know about that. That shit is good. Well, they say it's supposed to help you with an erection. But for me, if I drink that, it helps me nut a lot stronger. And I usually, back in the day, I used to drink that and with some ginseng. That's from the Asian store that you have to get those little vials. And it would just make me nut like a river. So, to each his own. But I really don't need none of that shit because my dick is working and it will touch your tonsils. But some guys need it. So those are the treatments that you can have. Other things that you can do, if you smoke, stop smoking. That could definitely affect your erectile dysfunction and increase it. If you have a little extra pounds, that could also be a cause. Being overweight could definitely affect the way your dick function. And also, again, like I say, increase your physical activity. Take a walk, take a jog, whatever you do, swim, do something. It could help out with your erectile dysfunction as well. If you are addicted to alcohol or drugs, which can definitely affect your dick, get treatment. I think that would, you get treatment for the drugs and alcohol, that'll stop you from abusing it, and that could help with your erectile dysfunction. And lastly, if you're working through any relationship or marital issues, that could help out as well, with your erectile dysfunction. If you're feeling depressed and always stressed, that could affect your dick. So work through your marital and relationship problems. And, don't always assume that erectile dysfunction is long-term. That's one of the things I did. I thought that my life is over. I can't fuck no more. My dick is soft, kill me. Shit. But that wasn't the problem, and I didn't even have ED. It was just I was drinking. But some guys who actually, have it, it's like they think that, for the rest of my life I'm fucked. But don't think that. It's not necessarily that way. So, you have to talk to a doctor. You have to involve your partner. You have to involve your wife, your girlfriend. You have to get them involved. And ladies, when they do get you involved, you have to support them. You have to be in a position where, honey, we're going to get through this together, especially if you're his wife. Girlfriends, some girlfriends get gone, depending on how long the relationship has been going on. But a wife should be there through thick and thin. We're going to get through this together, honey. She should be able to support you to get through this problem. The quicker that she helps you get through your problem, the quicker you two will get through the problem. So you definitely have to involve your other better half. And, I want to say, don't ignore stress. Don't ignore that shit. Psychological issues is, could very much affect the way you function, the way your dick function, the way your dick work. Your head on your shoulders can affect your head down below. So don't ignore that shit. If you feeling depressed and feeling down, get help. Get help. That would motivate me enough. If my dick not working, it's time to go see a shrink. So get help. Do whatever you have to do to help this problem. So, I guess that's it. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that, and if you do go to a doctor, and hopefully you do, and get diagnosed professionally, be sure that you know and tell him everything that you're doing and your practices, your diet, your family health history. What did you do when you're fucking, how long your dick been soft, tell him or her all that shit so they can get a gist on, what might be wrong. They might say, oh, you sound depressed. I'm going to give you a psychological examination and, refer you to a friend of mine that, or they might determine that he might need some blood tests. They might ask you, are you diabetic? Whatever the case may be ready to tell your doctor all of your health issues, your whole entire health history. Because if they don't know what's wrong, then they can't fix the problem. So that is it, fellas. So if your dick not working, don't fret, don't panic. I did. I was a young man. I was younger, I'm still young, but I was a young man and my dick not working. Shit, shoot me. Take me out in the back and cut me open. I was ready to die. My dick not working. My early 30s. And then I was drinking and, I did that problem. But anyway, don't think it's the end of the world, fellas. It's not the end of the world. You can get this problem fixed. And if it is ED, then there's methods and there's alternatives for you to treat the problem. So you can choose one that works better for you and better for your partner. So don't think it's the end of the world. It's just something that you have to deal with. And, the important thing is that you deal with this problem together. Don't deal with ED alone. Deal with this problem together. And together, you'll make it better for each other. In and out of the bed. That concludes another episode of XY Show. Be sure to check me out on all of the podcast avenues. I'm on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, Apple, Podbean, pretty much all of the networks that you might consider. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, my social media. You can find everything as far as social media and my platforms on my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. Be sure to check me out there. Be sure to support the show through a Patreon. I got some real nice packages on there, not too expensive to break your wallet. And it also helped me out buying coffee here and there. So help me out. And there are also some t-shirts on there so you can buy and let everyone know that you're a true X and Y of the show. Send me a pic and I'll definitely post it on my IG page. So without further ado, I will leave you until next week, but I want you to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.